We're asking them for these bank records, and they're still not providing them. And then he's getting up here and he says, well, why didn't you email us? Okay, maybe he just didn't know about that. But then you got the Susan Lee thing. They disclosed her. Yeah, they disclosed her at the 11th hour. The court heard arguments of that, and we were trying to exclude those text messages, and they were, they were coming at us, basically arguing to the contrary why they should be admitted. She laid out her reasons for why it should be admitted, and then we have this. Then Mr. Mizrahi gets up here and he starts telling you about text messages between Miss Jensen and Susan Lee. And then the final thing is, and I have to admit this now, he starts reading, but he leaves out. He's basically trying to argue that it's not a joke. And he reads out loud right now before the court, I'm sure her ex knows a few, as a statement from Susan Lee, meaning in reference to finding a hitman. And I apologize, I jumped right to it, but Susan Lee, I'm thinking Thomas, LOL. That's from Kim. Then, he isn't a magician, but I'll ask if he knows any. I'm sure he knows a few. This is her saying that her husband knows a few hitmen. Okay, that's absurd on his face. But then, while Mr. Mizrahi is telling you these, reading these text messages into the record, he leaves out the very next one after she says, I'm sure he knows a few. The next text message is, LOL. It's a joke. It's absurd. And in their PowerPoint, Judge, during the hearing, they deleted the LOL. It's not there. I'm looking at the slide right now, and it goes straight to, I'm sure he knows a few, and the next text message is, are you home? If that's not misleading you, I don't know what is. On top of one thing after another. That's why I'm shocked. I can't believe they're doubling down and then making matters worse, reading text messages to you in the record and leaving out LOL to convince you of something completely different and say, no, this is, the court can make a decision based on these conversations. This is unbelievable. Then you've got the bank records. Ms. Stifler gets up here and tells you that she mentioned 2021. No, she did not. And I invite the court to read the transcripts of her questioning Detective Johns, because when this all came up, that's the first thing I did. And it's clear that's what the court believed, because it's in your order, follow the money. And the court was under that impression as well. And then when you review the transcripts, you're gonna notice, because I noticed this, that they give the dates, but they never give the year. And they're specific about the dates. March 26, I don't know the exact date, I don't have it in front of me, but March, and then he goes into the April thing, the April bank records, and it's clear that they are attempting to mislead you into thinking that this money from the Shanna Gardner Trust went into the bank account and then it went to pay a check for tenant, when you know that's absolutely false. And then finally, to talk about the issue with Ordway and the truck, and that we could have used a recording to say what he actually said versus what's in a police report is, I think it's a very weak argument at best, because, forgive me, I have this crazy thought that a detective is gonna get on the stand and tell the truth, that I won't have to impeach him, that I won't have to call him out for being a liar. But according to Ms. Stifler, I need to have voice recordings on the ready.